are back. Hi guys.
Hi guys, we're back.
Welcome back, Lucy Mwangi USA. We're doing a series of videos with my daughter talking about parenting for an African who has an American child. How difficult that is. In my opinion, it wasn't difficult. But the way I see things and the way you see things, first of all, introduce yourself.
Okay, hey guys, if you're just watching this straight off, I'm Veronica. This is my mom. I was born here, born and raised in the US. I'm 20 years old. I'm about to turn 21. Crazy times we're living in. Okay. And yeah, we're just going to talk about my childhood.
Okay.
And me being raised.
Okay. So how do you see yourself, first of all, do you see yourself as an African or a black?
No, not
how
really.
Do you,
I don't know.
How do you see yourself?
I don't know because some people have like both African parents, like both their parents are African, like I knew kids who were like Indian, both had Indian parents, or if they were immigrants, both their parents were immigrants, right? So I think in hindsight, I'm the only one like immigrant wise that I knew at my school that had like one American parent and then one African parent or whatever. So to me, I think having two immigrant parents is probably a better structure just because they will both have the same like ways, you know? So it's easier for you to just sculpt the child in the way that you were, even if it's in America or whatever. But I know a lot of immigrant kids got problems no matter what. So, yeah. But I don't know, for me, because we didn't really, like, I don't know Swahili, like, I'd never been to Kenya, like, so I'm just black, like, I just think I'm more black American than anything, I think.
I think I would agree, especially with that part where you're saying having two immigrant parents.
Yeah.
So let's say if your dad was Kenyan, or I was black American, it would have been a better outcome for the kid. Because what are some of the challenges? First of all, let's talk about language. Because remember how I was trying to teach you Swahili? I had this whole book written up.
I had like a little T-shirt that had phrases on it. Yeah, or we did like note card or like the book where you wrote phrases in and stuff like that.
Remember that? And it was difficult for me. So because your dad was African American and we were talking English all the time in the house, that's the language that you picked up. So if your dad was Kenyan, we'll be talking Swahili or Kikuyu all the time. Yeah. And that's what you would have picked up.
And then I'd be trilingual, which would be nice.
It would be awesome.
But, you know.
I think you still have an opportunity to learn. You know what I found out?
What?
That the time we went to Kenya last year, if you lived with your cousins for like a month, you would catch on. You would know.
For sure. Yeah. I was like, for sure. And I like asking questions. I do the same thing. I like languages. I like other people's cultures because like it's just way better than what we got going on over here. So I'm interested in like everything. Right now I'm like trying to learn 4 languages or something. Like it's crazy. So I just like, and the best way to learn a language is to be in the country that you're learning language or be surrounded by people who speak it all the time. Yeah. And even if you don't know what's going on, after a while, you'll start picking some things up.
Yeah, I figured that if you lived there for a little bit, you would. Yeah. So I stopped stressing about that. There was a time when you were younger, I was feeling like guilty because you don't know my language. Yeah. Yeah, and I was making a lot of efforts to teach. To try to teach you the
it just wasn't viable, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't giving.
I didn't care. No, I really wasn't. Like I didn't. Because, like, I didn't have a use for it. Like, for me, it was like, nobody I know speaks this, so why? I didn't think about that at the time, but I was just always not interested in. Like, I was just not interested. I wasn't a studier. I'm not a studier. Like I wasn't trying to do all that. I was just trying to, you know, go to school, do my thing. But like I said, if you were both, like, if you married a Kenyan man, even here, like I would know all of it.
Yeah, you would know.
But
and then even the food, it came down to the food, because it's either Kenyan food, like what do you eat Kenyan? Because I would make a lot of Kenyan food, but you and your dad, you would not eat most of it. I think the only thing that you guys like favored a lot was the rice and chicken.
It's like rice and chicken, man. That's just so good. Like, you can't mess that up.
Yeah.
Like,
rice and chicken.
You can't mess it up.
We tried the ugali. That didn't go so well.
It's kind of bland.
Yeah. It was like dipping in syrup. I'm like, what?
Ew, no, what?
Your dad. Like, dip it in syrup.
See, the main problem here is the dad. Okay, he was not a willing accomplice. That's the problem. Like, some people, you know, nowadays, you know, the Gen Zs, the millennials, whatever.
Yeah.
Even if they marry nowadays, when they marry foreigners, everybody want to be involved in the culture. I saw this Nigerian woman get married to this UK dude. And he's all fitted in the outfits. Like, nowadays, especially white people, though. White people, they like
they're walking at the airport.
Yep, they like to have. They want to have something cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, because sometimes they don't have culture like that.
Yeah.
So they like to be involved in other people's cultures and stuff like that. So they'll wear the full garb. They'll do the full thing. Like, they'll go for it. And UK people are different too. They got all different types of cultures out there, so they vibe with it. But I'm like, he was just not a willing accomplice. Like, he wasn't the type to be like, oh yeah, let me change for you. What the heck, bro?
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
Those are some of the barriers and I think when looking back as we are trying to find out what happened, like in my head, I was in my video, that I'm tired video, I was asking myself, where did we go wrong? Like, where do we go wrong with our kids?
He wasn't supportive of what you were trying to do. That's the thing. Like, if he was like supportive, then like you could have made leeway. Like, people do that. They'll have a German mom or whatever, and they will teach their kid German and whatever. The husband will learn a little bit. Like, you know, like they'll be more willing, but it just wasn't that situation.
It didn't work.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
And when you see like one parent not caring, then I'm not gonna care. You know what I mean? Like, it's
because it wasn't like a team.
Yeah, it wasn't
to help you gain those
linguistic skills.
Yeah, I still would love for you to learn Swahili. Not mostly Kikuyu, but Kikuyu is harder. But I wish, you could learn some Swahilis. And I know you will at some point when we decide whether we are going to live in Kenya or not.
Facts. That's a whole other video.
Yeah, that's a whole other video. So in the next video, guys, we don't want these videos to be too long. In the next video, we'll talk about school. We'll talk about the school system in America and how it's different for me. What I thought when I sent my child to a private school.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? What was my train of thought at that time, and what was her experience, and what is her reaction to that? So make sure you join us in this series. We are talking about parenting in the US for an African raising an American child.
Yep.
So make sure you join us then. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.